Oh,
Talking
man.
about workplace injuries, though, I saw the dude try to catch a knife with his foot, and
What?
he did.
Yeah.
No, he actually
Yeah.
caught it.
Oh, look at it. It's standing straight up.
It was there. He looked at me. I looked at him. I looked at the knife. I looked at him again, and I was like, "What happened? Don't try to catch a knife with your foot. Are you fucking kidding me? Just move."
Some of the reflexes are just
Yeah.
amazing. 'Cause
Yes.
you're just like, it's not a hacky sack, dude. It's a fucking butcher knife.
I had a chef in culinary school take the entire left joint of her finger off in a pasta machine. Ruined my fucking fettuccine.
Yeah, that's pretty much the reaction. It's like, dude,
She's like
you
a
got
chef thing to
blood
do.
all over
You
the
ruined my
slicer.
fucking fettuccine. Fuck your finger.
Fuck, dude. All right, so if you haven't guessed yet, this is Eating While Standing.
That's a hell of an introduction.
Welcome. We're all very excited to be here. And if you haven't caught up yet, we're talking about injuries in the workplace. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Kitchens, restaurants, yes.
Kitchens, restaurants, front of house. He's got some pretty good ones. I've seen some
Oh,
bar
bar
stories.
ones,
Those
yeah.
get pretty nasty. Those are pretty fun.
I've been fairly fortunate. I've never cut anything. I've hurt myself and seen other people get hurt, like moving kegs.
Ooh, that would have definitely.
Things
That's
like
like a
that.
crushing
Yeah.
like, injury too.
Or you've got like an ice well with beer in it. You reach in, not realizing the bottle underneath the ice is broken, and you just like slam your hand into a broken bottle.
Ow.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Damn. Well, anyway, okay. So my name is Zach. I've been working in kitchens for a while. We've already done this. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I'm Zach. Nice to see you again. Nice to do all that good stuff. On my left is Curtis. Curtis Robinson, you beautiful peach.
Oh no, not my last name.
Yes, I've exposed
They'll
you.
find. Fuck.
I've exposed you to the world.
Damn it.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. It's wonderful to be here. This reinvigorates my love for the industry. Really does. I bitch
That it
about it
does.
every day, but you know, doing it to a wider audience, I don't know. It feels good.
It's always crazy because you hate the
Feel
ones you
vindicated.
love, and that includes work. Sitting directly across from me is the luxurious, as always, and crass Sean fucking Paul.
What's up, Sean
Sexy
Paul here
bitch.
on microphone number 2. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about some kitchen injuries. Man,
Heck yeah.
I've seen a lot, and I've been involved in some of my own.
Oh, yeah.
I've fucked myself up a couple times and learned from it. And I've seen other people fuck up, and I'll learn from that also.
It's always more
Just remember,
fun
like,
to
oh,
learn
don't
from
do that.
others.
That's not a good one. Well,
Yep.
and then
So we've got some Reddit stories that we just pulled up, and I think we're going to start off with this new one. Hey, so Janti here is our lead researcher, tech nerd guy, the fun one.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely the party guy. He parties a lot, ladies, and
You
he's
don't-
the only single one. No, I guess Zach's still
Keeps us in
single.
check.
Yeah, shut up, man. You always got to bring up my lonely
I know.
dick, man.
I'm just saying. There might be somebody
Me and
out there
Zach
that wants
actually
to
love
help
each
you out
other.
with your
Yes,
lonely
thank
dick.
you. He's my cuddle pillow.
I'm just letting them know.
Janti, would you mind, either reading this off for me or zooming in enough that like it's large enough for me to read, or any of us to read? I can't read that.
You can't read that?
I am fucking blind as a bat, dude. Like, I don't have my
God.
glasses. I'm a douche.
Alrighty. So this post is from. How do you even say that?
I don't even worry about the name.
I
really.
check C.
Yeah.
It's almost 10 years old. Who cares?
It's
I know.
around, yeah.
So this person's injury was pouring caramel into a baking dish and poured it all over themselves, stating that they're a clumsy idiot. But luckily, their dad was in the kitchen, saw it, and threw them into the pool. It was October, and so it was freezing. But they didn't get any scarring, luckily.
Maybe it was the chlorine.
Good dad.
Well, no, because if you keep reading it, you know what I'm saying, it happened to her mom also. That's how my dad knew what to do, because it happened to her mom as a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty fun. I mean,
Yeah, because
and
after that,
that's
the
actually
funny part,
smart.
though, after my accident, my family laughed because the exact same thing happened to my mom as a kid. Wow. Okay, so That wouldn't be my first inclination. It's like maybe if I was like, working at a hotel, where, like, if I burnt my hand in the kitchen, would I just like grab like you and just be like, "We're going to the pool. Get in there. I want a cannonball."
Because of a caramel burn on my hand. Just take it to the sink and run some cold water on it.
Put some salt on that bitch. Oh god.
All right, what's next? We were talking about the fryer one a second ago too, but
Oh man.
are they all
I
9
mean-
years ago? Damn, we have anything current? That shit was
Who cares?
9
Current,
years
I
ago.
just- we'll just
Jonathan
start
was like
calling
11.
people. Hey, what happened? What?
Seriously,
injured
yeah,
in the
if there
last
was-
week? Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So this one includes a slicer. So if you are sensitive to the graphics, please be careful.
Yeah, don't worry. We're not. They're not gonna show. No, there's no pictures.
Yeah,
don't
there's
worry.
no pictures or anything, but still, people can get queasy.
Mm.
So this guy saw a kid run his forearm through his, from his
Slicer.
wrist to his elbow down the slicer
Oh,
while it was on.
yeah.
I can
still
still
remember
remember the
the-
noise the blade was making while it was hitting his elbow.
Oh!
Yep.
Also, for some reason, when they called the ambulance, they told him not to move. So he had to stand there for like 20 minutes with a huge chunk of his forearm just hanging. Oh!
Yelly,
Oh!
yelly.
Dude, that is like horror movie style shit. Like,
Yeah, man.
wow. Holy
I don't.
crap.
I don't even know how that would happen now. Like the blade on a slicer is so close to the surface that you're using to slide whatever it is you're slicing.
Oh, but no, it could happen, especially if your slicer is like freshly freaking sharpened. Like if that thing is sharp as hell, 'cause those things
true.
are really sharp. I'm more interested how it got all the way from his wrist to his elbow. Like, did he slip?
Yeah,
Like, did he like
Had
slip?
to.
Yeah, and just go. Zoom.
It's like,
He also
like he
must
was
have
probably
been, like,
pushing and slipped.
Yeah,
It's
like,
the
he was
only way that
holding
could
it.
happen because
Yeah.
if it probably hit
That-
like,
yeah, that
right
could
in
be
the
it, too.
elbow?
Yeah, the elbow,
Dude.
the sound of bone on that thing. Yeah, the fact we've all hit bone on a slicer, and I know what that sounds like with dead animals, but not a live person. But I have seen somebody chop their fucking hand like that too. We had a slicer that was on a rickety ass table, and that motherfucker went to slip one time, and somebody went to catch it like that, like a dumbass, trying to catch the fucking slicer. Fucking Quentin Tarantino gets it pretty accurate when you see his blood splatters like that. Bro, straight up blood
just
just
go.
went every fucking where, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, holy fucking shit. There's blood fucking all over the ceiling,
my
prep
God.
tables, lettuce, everything.
Like, is this
bro.
fucking Kill Bill? What the
Right,
fuck
yeah.
is happening?
Oh, yeah, exactly. That slicer fucked him up, man. Like, just had to stand there, wrap the shit in so many towels.
Wait, hold on.
Until the
I
ambulance
kind of
got
want to read
there.
that one. Back in the 90s, I watched in horror as a fry cook emptying a fryer with a large stock pot accidentally stepped into the pot after walking back in to check on it. After pulling his foot out, the pan starting to set in, he began screaming. Another cook and I lifted him up and carried him outside to wait on the ambulance. The doctors had to surgically remove his shoe.
Oh.
3rd-degree burns and had to have skin grafts.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
Yeah,
accurate.
he should have got that shoe and that pants and everything off immediately. I would have been in that kitchen butt naked. I'm sorry.
No, yeah.
But I would have
Yeah,
got
yeah.
those clothes, that sock, all of that off immediately.
It was
dog.
like you were talking about that guy
Yeah.
who's like, because I remember I have a
Yes.
similar story where the guy
Yes.
was like trying to clean the hood vents,
Yes.
fell through both legs into the fryer.
Oh.
First thing we did was yank his
Whoa,
freaking clothes
both
off.
legs into the fryer?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my dude only had one leg. Only one leg slipped because he was up on a grill, and we only had one fryer.
Oh.
And I seen it too. And his wasn't that bad either, you know what I'm saying? Like, he landed on, like, the, you know, that lip before it goes into the oil. Mostly there, just his toe got into that motherfucker, but still took that shoe off and all that. Like, he got a little bit of burns, but nothing like these stories, though, you know what I'm saying? Like, these
Oh no,
stories.
this guy literally like his whole idea. I don't know why, and this is like a lot of injuries like this usually start with a really dumb idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we had 2 fryers set up, and he was trying to clean the hood vents, and instead of just
Yeah.
going and grabbing the ladder that we have for this,
Yeah.
or using a broom to pull them down or
Yeah.
anything like that, what he ends
Yeah.
up doing is he puts a sheet tray
Standing
over
on a
each of the
fryer.
fryers
Oh,
and climbs onto the fryers
wow, they're still on.
while they're on.
Why?
Oh, my
Why?
God.
They didn't turn them off?
No.
No, it's still service.
Jesus.
Like he was planning on getting down and then continuing to finish cooking.
Yeah. What What a
And so he felt both legs into the fryer.
Like one leg per fryer.
Yeah. Like up his not all the way up to his knee. They're not that deep, but
they're
like
not
halfway
that
up
deep.
his calf.
Yeah,
it's
like
his
most of
shin.
your shin.
Yeah.
First thing we did was yank his freaking clothes off, though. So he's sitting in the back in his underwear, just like freaking just screaming, and we're like, we got you, man. Where are we gonna have this? Yeah, they degloved and they had to freaking take all of his skin off of his freaking legs.
And I mean, like a lot of shoes, like most shoes, most pants have like plastic within the fabrics.
Yeah.
And so that stuff's gonna melt to your skin
instantly.
immediately.
Yep.
So like cutting that shoe off, they have to, because if they were to pull it off, they would just be pulling skin.
Skin. Whatever's
That was the
attached
thing,
to
'cause
that.
the
It
moment he-
became too.
Because he fell
would sound
in.
like
It was like a tempura batter. The fucking shoe was a tempura.
We've had a terrible accident, but we have a new special on the menu.
Yeah, right.
Limited time.
Nikes.
God.
Surf Safe or fucking what was that? Shoes for cruise.
Shoes for cruise.
We have fryer safe shoes now.
Everyone's coming to work in just like rubber waders.
Yeah, right.
Put on your long johns, boys.
Oh, it's great. I love it.
Oh my god.
But that's the thing. Is like, okay, so some of the injuries that like we see at work and everything, like what usually is the cause? Because there's so many different kind of injuries you can get.
I think you're just trying to move too fast.
Yeah, you think?
At least in my experience, like
Yeah.
you don't take the time. Like you see something might be wrong, but you still go. I had a chef once. He was running the line. He was doing expo, and he was getting so mad. Like he would slam down anytime he needed to get attention, or he was just mad at something. And he had the little metal stake you
Oh,
put
yeah.
tickets on,
Spindle, yeah.
and I don't know, a server came back, something was messed
Oh,
up, and
God.
he was pissed, and he slams his hand down and impales that thing right through his hand.
Oh, he made it all the way through?
He went all the way. He was just, what the, boom, and just straight through.
That's like a David Blaine trick.
Yeah, except it wasn't a trick.
No, and
That was a lesson.
he had so much adrenaline in him. He just like looks at it, walks in the back, pulls it out, cleans it, wraps it up, goes right back to work.
Yep. And that's the other thing. It's
That's
like,
the other thing. What, not life-threatening injuries, you get over that shit.
Oh, yeah.
You got cut? Can it be banded up? Can we
Ugh.
super glue it? You can keep working.
Pop
I
post.
saw a fucking guy cleaning a fucking chef knife, a brand new chef knife. This kid was young as fuck. He had a towel in his hand and he went to wipe the blade, but he didn't have it backwards. He sliced through the towel and his fucking hand.
Mhm.
And he comes to me and he goes, Chef, we have a problem. And he has another towel on top of it. And I'm like, what's going on? What's up? He goes, I cut my hand when I was cleaning my knife. I was like, all right, let me see how bad it is. Showed it to me. All right, that shit was wide open. I was like, yep. All right, let's pack our shit up. I got to take you to the hospital right now, you know, saying or urgent care or whatever.
That's gotta get stitched.
Fool
That's
ended
gotta
up with
go.
like 14 stitches, literally from palm to palm, just like that. Little Alejandro, I'll never forget that little guy.
Dude.
He went into the Marines or something. I was like, you're probably safer out there than you are in a kitchen.
Ah, damn. That's a good question. Just like, originally I was like, yeah, we can just stand here, we can sit here and do all these stories for an hour straight. That might be a little dark, a little much.
Especially how
it
graphic they
can,
can get.
yeah.
Because
But
a lot
yeah, just slowing down. You're moving too fast. You're not
Yeah.
paying attention.
Yeah.
You're trying to restock something. There's even with non-slip shoes, which everyone wears
Yeah.
for liability purposes because you're, for safety purposes. But oil gets on the ground, and no matter how non-slip your shoes are, you might slip. So if you're grabbing that pot of hot oil, you got that hot tray. I mean, how many times have you had someone go to, like, you've got food prepped, you grab a tray of wings or something out of the cooler, they slip, they bump or something, you lose the whole tray. They get hurt and you lose product, and it's just like,
Anybody ever seen that Canadian workplace safety video?
Oh, you mean the one where she spills the boiling water?
Yes.
What? Yeah, dude,
Yes.
that was a graphic
Pull
freaking
it up.
PSA video.
Oh.
Yeah, do
Pull
we
it
have
up.
that video? Can you
Yeah,
pull that
you
video
pull
up?
that video up.
Dude, that shit
You've
was
never
so
seen it?
messed up.
I don't.
Exactly what you were talking about right there, but they made it into pure comedy gold. You can never do this better.
Because you'll never unsee it. Like, I still remember the look on this woman's face, because it's like it starts off all like kind of happy and cheery, and like they're working in the workplace, and all of a sudden it's like dun dun dun.
Yeah. I have seen those ones where it's like forklift safety.
Yeah.
And just someone
It's
gets
like
impaled by the
kitchen
forklift. But the dude has
pizza.
headphones on. He's just like, da-da-da-da-da.
Oh God, it's so fucking great.
Oh,
Which
no.
one is it, Zach?
Which one? Is that it? Dear God, man, you're making me like think about this now, and I can't. It's hard to talk about the subject when I'm trying to watch it.
I think
No, this
it
isn't
might
it.
be This is one like it.
You know, it might be because
Is
it's got
this
the
her?
boiling
Yeah,
one.
as long as the chick picks it up. And there is boiling water right there.
Yep.
But
So
yeah.
Cook grabs the pot full of boiling water. Falls backwards.
There's the exact same version of that, but with a fucking chick doing it, bro.
That's a good
Okay.
point. If you need help with something,
Yes.
get help.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're no good to anyone covered in boiling water.
Dude, that was
No good. It's not worth it.
That was like one of my favorite videos though, like coming up because it's like I remember
Yeah.
watching it. I was just like, ever since then, I was just like, we used to use those big stock pots in order to make
Yeah.
all of our like our pastas and stuff
Uh-huh.
in. And ever since, I was terrified. I was like, I am not picking that bitch up.
I just make
not
sure I pick
picking
it up
that
the
bitch
right
up.
way. I ain't no little bitch, but I know how to pick that motherfucker up the
Oh.
right way.
It just
Oh.
it terrifies me. But yeah, it's like moving too fast. But it's also just like maybe it's still moving too fast. There's like other scenarios too. Like there's just some things that are hard to do without getting injured. Like avocados. There's a reason why it's called avocado hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like you're literally slicing through the the flesh and everything like that, and then all of a sudden all it takes is a really sharp knife and one too deep of a swoop. We're trying to get that nice slice, and it's like, and I just cut the palm of my hand wide open.
Have you done it? I've never done it.
I haven't done it, but that's because I
haven't.
knew of avocado hands. I was just like, I'm just always like careful now. I'm just like, whoa, slow down.
Like if that's your job, it feels like
I don't use a
putting on
chef
surf
knife
safe
on it.
glove.
Also, I use a paring knife. Like
Yeah.
the people that get avocado hands is because they're trying to be cool.
Use a chef
using
knife.
a 12-inch fucking chef knife
Yeah.
And
on
they're
a
like holding it
2-inch.
like a pencil?
Yeah, they're
And
like,
you're like-
this. And just get a fucking paring knife and do it the proper fucking way.
Oh man.
You're more accurate.
Yes,
It looks prettier, and
yes,
it's just like
yes.
stop trying to be this badass Roman. I'm in a hurry. I ain't got time for my paring knife.
I ain't got time to put one knife down and pick another one up.
Yeah.
Oh, or you came unprepared. You don't even have your paring knife out. Heard.
It doesn't
You
always
know
have
you're
to
gonna be
end in
slicing
blood.
avocados and you don't even have a fucking paring knife. You have one in your bag. What the fuck good is it doing there then, Doc? What the fuck you doing with a paring knife in my bag? I've never understood the young culinary kids like that. You know, I just use my chef knife for everything. Then why do you have 15 other knives in your fucking bag? Then kid, you just bought the set.
They all
and
got a
only
purpose.
Use one.
Yeah.
They got a
Come
purpose,
on.
but don't use them.
Like I buy a knife because I need the knife. Like that. I
Yes.
don't have a lot of knives anymore. I used to have a lot
Yes.
more, but like circumstances.
Yeah,
But now it's like when I get a new knife, it's usually because I have a need for it.
yeah,
If you're not buying the right equipment, again, that's how you get injured.
yeah.
It's like that's how you get fucked up in the kitchen is because I'm just going to use something. I'm going to get creative. I think I'm being witty. I think I'm being smart. Then, oh no, why am I bleeding profusely? I'm missing an index finger.
When I first started using the cleaver, I chopped this thumb off, the tip of this motherfucking thumb off.
God damn.
That shit sucked. I had to go to the hospital for that one too. I was like, damn, that's too bad of an injury. I was like, chef. He was like, yep, hospital, Sean Paul. I was like, okay,
All right, peace.
I'll be back.
I remember I've sliced my thumb off several times over the course of my career.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's actually the same hand too. It's kind of fucking weird. You can kind of see where the skin's like. I don't know. Maybe you can see it where
Yeah.
the skin's kind of
I
regrown.
can see it from here.
Yeah.
I can tell the injury. You can tell mine's like
Yep.
this, though.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
why
Like
it never fully grew back to a full circle.
Man.
I've sliced it off in a slicer and
Ooh.
with a knife before, and
Damn.
yeah, the slicer was pretty
Quick.
bad
Yeah. Oh.
because that was the deepest one. That was where it was just a clean cut straight
Clean
off
cut.
the tip.
Clean.
It was just like slink, and I was
That's
like,
the best kind of cuts, though. Those are the ones that heal the best. That's the thing about cuts like that, you know.
that was
It's
one
the
though.
jagged ones that give scars. Like this, that's a fucking butter knife.
Yeah. Well, why
I
did
was
you? Why
5
did you do
years
that with a
old.
butter knife?
Oh, my brother tried to stab me with a butter knife, and then I tried to grab it out of his hands.
Oh wow.
You're 5 years old. You know, I didn't think about that. I just went to grab the knife. It's a butter knife. I was like, get the hell out of here with your butter knife. Bring a real knife to a knife fight
Right.
next time.
Then you cut.
Right? I got my switchblade. I got my fucking switchblade out. That's why you grab
At
the butter
5
knife.
years old, he's sitting there with a switchblade fighting in a knife fight with his brother.
Yes. It was do or die back in the 90s and 80s.
You should write a memoir. I swear to God.
Oh, man. Yeah.
It's not
I would-
always blood either. Like,
No.
I guess more so back of house, but most other
Yeah.
injuries I've seen front of house is you're moving kegs, you fuck your back up because you're not lifting properly.
Yep.
Or
Yep.
I've seen people drop full kegs like right
On
on their
their
feet,
toe.
no steel toes, just
Yeah.
break their foot, break their toes. Broken glass, just you get like instead of those big cuts, you break something, or like you have a dump sink and something's broken in there, you don't realize, just little tiny shards of glass that
Yeah.
get up under your skin.
It's
One-
like
the
dust,
one
and it's
bartending
like
one that I
dust, and
know-
it just accumulates. And next thing you know, you just try to touch something or pick something up, and it just feels like
Oh, yeah.
1,000 tiny daggers in your palm
Lime
of your
juice will
hand.
tell
You're
you
like,
when you fucked
"Oh!"
up.
Yeah. The worst one I've heard of all my bartender friends is putting the bottles back in the well, and you put the bottle down just a little too hard,
Yeah.
or it slips just at the wrong moment, and you try to grab it before it hits the well. Hayes over at Prime, dude,
That,
got
I heard about
himself
that.
Yep.
bad, homie. Bad. He was mixing his drinks, went to put it back in the well. It got right about here. It just slipped, saying this far, but he went to try to grab it. But before he could grab it, it hit the fucking well and cracked, and sliced his hand open perfectly.
He was out for like a week or
Yeah.
two, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because of that stuff.
Peter cleaning glasses, polishing glasses. I've seen a lot of servers fuck themselves up polishing fucking
yeah.
wine glasses and shit.
Dude, there was always that one server too. I think he was French, and he was like, he kept cutting his hand. Like every day he had like a finger condom on. I thought it was hilarious. He could not just like work with the glassware at all. He was always cutting himself, and I was just like, dude, come on, just don't let him set any tables anymore.
I was cutting fruit for bar when I was bar backing, like early on, cutting limes, just cut it in that one perfect way where the juice shot into my eye. I reeled, stood back, and there was a tray stand behind me, and I fell over that, and it just like kind of like right up in my back, like I fell directly on that like point.
Oh God. It's a double way. I'm blind, and my back has been impaled.
Right.
Yeah.
My
It's
eye
like the
and my
salty
bag.
pirate.
My eyes, my back, my knives, and my crack.
Oh, that was wrong.
No, but those are other injuries too, though, because like you said, not always blood.
Yeah.
I'll never. Okay. I don't know which story I really want to tell here. I think one's funnier than the other, so I think I'm going to tell the dirty one first. And this one is about me. I did something pretty damn stupid. I was working with Italian hot chili peppers, and basically it's one of those things you do when you're downtime. You pick them. And you
So
get all the
excited.
stems off, you get all this kind of shit done, but they're sitting in this oil, so it doesn't matter. You can wear gloves, you can do all this kind of shit. That shit's still gonna be on your hands. And so you're doing all this because it's like it was getting close to service, so it's like I was finally finishing up, and then like right after that, like immediately tickets start coming in. I go to the line, I start working. I have to go to the bathroom pretty fucking bad, so I leave the line. I go into the bathroom and I start pissing. And so I pee, I get everything done, I get to the line. Everything seems fine. Then all of a sudden, I feel a little tingle in my pants, and I'm like, "Oh, I don't know what this is, but it feels kind of nice a little bit right now. This is actually not that bad." A couple seconds go by, and it's like, "Oh, that's getting intense. That's getting really intense." And then about maybe like 10 seconds later, I'm like, "My fucking balls and dick are on fire right now. I have to get the fuck off this goddamn line right now. I have to get the fuck off this line." So I'm sitting like doing this like weird little dance, and we have an open kitchen and like a bar literally at the pizza where they sit and watch you make the pizza. And so I'm sitting here like doing this weird jig, trying to like make sure nobody notices my balls are on fire while I'm trying to fucking make
Trying to
pizza.
swing and get some airflow down there.
And so I'm like, I finally like I get like the attention of like one of my other chefs, and I was like, could you just take? Yeah, I gotta go. On my way to the fucking back because we had an employee bathroom, I was darting there, and he like my chef runs into me, and he's just like looking at me. He's like, "What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong?" And I'm like, my I don't know, and my dick, and I start pointing at my fucking my shit pants, and he's just like, "You didn't wash your hands, did you?" I was just like, "No." No, he's just like, go to the walk-in, grab a gallon of milk, just pour some on. Trust me, just trust me. So I run to the fucking walk-in. I'm in the freaking this employee bathroom, and I'm just like sitting there with my chef pants stretched open and a gallon of milk, and I'm just pouring a gallon of milk down my chef pants. Just like, I'm not like trying to be accurate. I'm just like, no, get it in there. Ah! burnt the shit out of my dick with peppers.
Yep.
And then I had to work the rest of the shift with wet fucking chef pants. Covered, and I'm just like trying to recover from a burnt, like chemical burn on my cock.
Yeah, we've all done that. I think everybody's done that at least once. I know I did it too. I was cutting jalapenos, not thinking about it, not gloved up, just cutting jalapenos before service. Had to go to the bathroom, the same thing. Went to the bathroom, washed my hands afterwards, came back upstairs, felt the tingle just like you. And then I'm starting to think, like, what the fuck? My dick's on fire. I'm starting to think about bitches from Christmas past and shit. Like, man, what bitch did I fuck last night? It finally caught up. My dick's on fire finally. I knew I was going to catch that shit one time. I knew it. But then about 5 minutes later, I'm running through all the fucking names at this point. I'm like, nah, I couldn't. That was like a month ago. Can it take that long for you?
Was it Tanya?
And then I'm like, my dick's on fire. I don't know what to do right now. And then I realized it was the peppers. I was like, okay, cool. I just run back downstairs to go to the bathroom. I take my pants off, and I'm in the sink with soap and water washing my balls. Like, you know the position you have to get in to wash your balls in a sink with soap and water until they finally felt better. But yeah, burnt my balls, had to go back to work, finish my shift up. Never told nobody until like the next day, you know what I'm saying? It was my best friend at that time, you know, Tony Paccioni wasn't even working that day, so I had nobody to really fucking tell.
Tony Paccioni.
Yeah.
Tony Paccioni. That sounds like such a made up name, but I know it's probably not.
It's not. That's my homie's name, bro. Sorry, Tony. I don't know if I can mention your name. We might have to mention that out.
Yeah, we'll bleep that.
But he'll be fine with it. He'll be like, what? You mentioned me, dog? I'm like, yeah, I shout out Tony Paccioni, dog.
Just call him Tony Tuto.
Nah, it's Tony P, bro. It's Tony P from Las Vegas, too. He's a Las Vegas Italian. He's one of those cats, too. Front of the house, server, you know what I'm saying?
I've got this image in my head because you said you had the gallon of milk, and all I see is like you full gallon.
Yeah.
Did Chef tell you to use a full gallon of milk?
No, he just told me to grab the milk and then pour some on.
Did you pour the full gallon on your balls?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Just like,
why not take
you
your
didn't
pants,
take
off and over to the toilet or anything? You didn't.
Because it hurt like fucking
It
hell,
does, it
dude.
does
Like,
hurt
is there
like
just
hell.
milk coming out from under the door and everyone's just, what the fuck is going on here?
it looks like Ripley
It's
just killed the
chocolate
android and
milk.
alien.
What did I'm assuming you came out and Chef saw that your pants were fucking covered.
So
The
he
gallon
wasn't-
of milk is gone.
He wasn't happy about that part.
Still
Did
dripping
you use an
milk.
entire? I didn't tell you to pour a whole gallon of milk on your nuts, sir.
No, but
told you
I
it was
didn't know.
passion
I
on
was
there.
not thinking correctly. Okay, my balls were like on fire,
I do know the feeling.
and it was because it wasn't like because I've done the same. I've done similar stuff like even at home, like with jalapenos and stuff like that. That was nothing close to what this was. 'Cause it was like saturated, like hot chili peppers in the oil, like just like concentrated capsaicin, and it was now on my crotch.
I read a
So it was
Reddit
like
story.
it literally was a chemical burn that there was actual burns on my dick.
Yep.
I guess it could have been worse.
And it takes a couple days to heal too. It took
Yeah,
me
it
a couple
hurt.
days to heal. Like it was very sensitive for days afterwards.
Like that was the longest I ever went without masturbating.
Wow, that's saying a whole lot or very little. All right, 48 hours is the longest you've gone.
Right? You start jerking off with icy hot.
Right,
This seems so
Building up a
familiar.
tolerance for it.
It gets me off now.
There was a
I
Reddit
found a new
story.
kink on me. Okay, that's my new kink now. I was like, I need icy hot in order to get off.
Need that jalapeno dig. There was a Reddit story not too long ago that I
Jalapeno
read
on a dick.
about a fucking husband and wife going out to get Thai food. She ended up getting Thai hot, you know, came home, gave the husband a blowjob. Same thing happened to him. She transferred all that heat that was still in her
What the
mouth.
fuck? That's like the weirdest way to
I
get that.
know, right? Yeah. Or the most awesome way to get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa! What do you got? What are you doing to me?
We just touched ourselves. I mean, he got a blowjob with
That's true.
a jalapeno dick.
Did she do it on purpose? Is what I wonder.
Hey,
Was that
but
like,
I know,
was that
right?
like a
In
revenge
the urethra.
blowjob? Was
You get it down in there.
And at
What
what
do you
point
do?
do you say stop, though? I mean, if you fight through it, you might enjoy it. It might be like, you're right. I like spicy food. We might have to start doing this more often. I need to send you out to get spicy food and then give me a hot tamale blowjob.
Dude. Hey, babe, you know what? It kind of feels nice. I want you to alternate between drinking, like, you know, gargling some milk and then chewing on a serrano pepper. That's what I want you to start doing, okay?
Hey, babe, can you put the sounding rod in the freezer for later?
Oh!
That's what I'm looking for. Looking for that icy hot.
That's
Yeah.
a different injury.
That's a
Yeah.
It's a new ball guard perk. There.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah, there are. Forget about
It is actually
injuries like
cool,
that
though.
too. I guess
Oh yeah. No, it was hot. That's hot.
that's hot.
Yeah, that scarred me for life. Like I always make sure to wash my hands after every pepper that I touch.
Good man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You learn that
Save
lesson pretty
yourself
quick.
Glove
pain.
up or wash your hands as soon as you're done cutting peppers.
That's just it. Like, I
Don't
was
wait.
gloved
Don't be
up.
like, oh, I'll wash my hands in a minute, because before you know, you'll touch your face too. I've touched my eyes before. Not even thinking about it, just chopping peppers, you know what I'm saying? And then thinking, oh, this is my knife hand. It should be good. But that knife hand still, their knuckles drag something, go like this.
You get fucked up.
Yeah,
that way.
jalapenos will fuck you up. And the spicier the pepper, the more it'll fuck you up.
Oh yeah.
Because we've all handled habaneros and ghost peppers and fucking scorpion Trinidads and all those hot-ass peppers. I love that shit, though. I do love spicy food.
Me too. Spicy food's the way to go. That's a good kind of pain. Like I like,
Yeah.
like eating a spicy food.
Yeah.
Mhm. The senoritas at my work, you know what I'm saying, be bringing me tacos with like some of their chili stuff. They love watching me sweat though, because I'm like, it's so good though. And they're like, you're just loco. You keep going back for more. And I'm like, yes,
It's good.
it's good. I'm
So
pork
you
tacos,
like
a nice
spice like hot,
yes.
but not like how
flavor
some,
too. Flavor and
Yeah,
hot,
like
you know
how
what I'm
like
saying?
Indians utilize spice, or do you like how like
Yeah,
they
like
utilize
harissa
spice?
paste.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
or
love
spice
harissas.
in China,
All of
like
that.
numbing spices.
Not really numbing spices like Chinese 5-spice. I consider that like their spiciness, you know what I'm saying? Because it has that. Or are you talking about something else? Like, what are you trying to?
'Cause, like-
name something.
Like any like Szechuan style food.
Oh, okay, Szechuan style food. You know what I'm saying? Thai chilies, things like that. Love that. I always tell them put more Thai chilies in there. I want to see as many Thai chilies in my shit as there are green beans. Like for every green bean, 2 Thai chilies, bro. Like I'm not. They think I'm lying. I'm like, no, I want it that hot, bro. They've made it right like once or twice because they look at me like I'm fucking crazy. Like you're white, and I'm like, yep, I know. Know what I'm saying?
Anyways, yeah, because like that, dude, like Vortex had this. They have that
Yeah.
fucking atomic burger.
Yep, I've heard of it.
Dude, it's all the different peppers, all the different. It's got a hot sauce on it. It's got habaneros on it. It's got like the cheese is a pepper jack. There's every layer of it except for the patty. I think is like actually just nothing but heat.
I'm game. Let's
And I was
go.
sitting there at one point, and I was just eating it in one hand, and like the juices and all the hot sauce was dripping down. I'm sitting there with my fries, just dipping my fries in the sauce,
Nice.
eating the fries like that, sweating like balls off. And my girlfriend at the time was just looking at me. She was like, "What is wrong with you?
You're a psychopath. Yeah, I
What is
know.
wrong with you?" And I'm like, "It's so good. Oh no."
Oh no. I was trying to find there was somewhere else to find some stories. But someone had their hair down, got their hair stuck in the mixer.
Yep. I've seen that shit happen too.
This is not a KitchenAid.
I've seen a lot of that shit happen. Dumbasses
Kitchen
trying
finger.
to put their finger in there and put the bowl down while the mixer's on and
Oh,
the paddle
yeah.
catches their asses and breaks their fucking finger and it's
Yep.
going this way and you're like, yeah, that's
That's
broken.
a 90-degree
breaking.
angle on your
That's
finger
broken.
right there. I
What?
see that.
What are
Yeah.
the most dangerous pieces of kitchen equipment? We've already talked about fryers,
Yeah.
Slicers,
knives,
slicers,
slicers.
Mandolins.
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 Mandolins are fucking dangerous.
I have no foe with a mandolin yet. I have not met a mandolin that has been a foe and fucked me up yet. I don't know what it is, but like I guess I'm so cautious of them that I give them all the respect they need.
I always see
always.
mandolin injuries.
Yeah, the mandolins will fuck you up, but I don't think that's the worst though.
Mandolin. That was
Equipment
that's
was fire and oil. Oil's really the
no
fucking
hot
worst.
pans are always like the newbies.
Hot pan,
Those
hot
are the ones because
oils,
they
you know
always
what I'm
forget to
saying?
hold. They always forget to have the rag
a
in the
good
hand.
pan burn, that'll teach your ass. A good spoon burn, that'll teach your ass.
Like, you remember when that
hot
oil?
tongue burn?
Remember that oil poured in my fucking hand?
No.
Yeah. Another one is like it's just like like
When
hot
you were
oils, things
sauteing,
like
it
that.
came up over your wrist right there.
No, because like you were there, I think that night. Because it was
Probably.
we used to make steak burgers, but we have to like saute them and we have to put them in the oven. And the oven doesn't have like a light, and there's not really great lighting going into the oven, so you know that oven.
Yes.
You can't see shit in there. Like
Yes.
they actually bought
Yes.
flashlights for us to look into the
Yeah,
oven.
they do. I still use my flashlight. That flashlight comes in more handy than you think.
Right?
I love having one. I will never have without a flashlight now in the kitchen. You'd be amazed. Checking out your things, you know what I'm saying? The show, you know what I'm saying? People were to clean that, like, oh, you missed this. Put
Yep.
a flashlight on it, and they're like, oh, yeah.
Oh fuck, I didn't.
There's
get that.
there's a lot of dark places in kitchens. And I hate that.
Including my mom.
Oh, man.
Yeah, right, including my soul.
But like, so I was pulling the pan out, and what ends up happening is they're actual steak, so it's rendering all that fat into the pan.
Okay.
It gets caught onto another pan, and it lifted it backwards, and all the fat poured into the palm of my hand.
I do remember now.
Yeah.
He's right.
So I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh shit! And so I immediately start, rinsing all this kind of stuff, and the chef Dave walks over, and he's just like, give me your hand. I put my hand out, pours salt directly into the palm of my hand. He's like, make a fist, hold that, don't let go. I worked probably the next like maybe 30 minutes, half an hour, to an hour, like with one hand, just holding salt in my hand while I'm just like trying to saute with the other one. I'm like, yeah, let's go. And then when I finally let it go, guess what? No blisters, no nothing. My hand, no scarring, nothing happened. It's a miracle salt on a burn. If you burn your hand like anywhere like where you can actually grip it, you can do that kind of stuff. It draws the moisture out, so as it's trying to blister, it won't.
Makes sense.
And so it protects your skin from
Science.
actually like
That's
scarring,
science.
stretching out, doing all that kind of stuff. So when you're done, it still has a burn, but it's not like that, like you're having to like peel the skin off.
Yeah. Okay.
It saves your hand. I was like the next day, I'm like, I'm still able to work.
That's awesome.
Chef tips.
Remember when I burnt my hand on Mother's Day?
Yeah. Holy shit, dude.
That one fucked me up. I had to take a 5-minute smoke break and go outside and be like, oh, this is Mother's Day's brunch. There's no giving up. This is the beginning of it.
Oh, man. I had a cook. He turned the oven on, so the gas is on. He forgets to light it. It sits there for like 30 minutes. He needs to make something. Reaches down. He's like, "Oh shit, it's not lit." He's in a rush. He goes, puts a little piece, like takes that little stick of wood, lights it on fire to go light it. Gets it halfway in, just fireball.
Yeah.
Singes like all the hair on his head and his face. Just
Seen that happen too. On a fryer. That should happen to me. On a fucking fryer.
Oh, that's another injury. That's pride.
Yeah.
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 Your pride just got injured. I don't have eyebrows anymore.
Yeah. And you gotta tell that story because it's on your face. What happened to you? Lighting the fryer. Fucking backfired on me. I
man.
had too much fucking pilot light on that bitch.
Every
And it
major
was an
place
old
uses
piece of
gas.
shit too. Like it blows in your face, and I like kicked back so hard I hit the low boy.
Oh God. Yeah, I've definitely experienced that stuff before.
I felt like backdraft in '93.
Who opened the window?
Yeah, right. Feeding it more oxygen. We gotta fight the fire.
Oh man.
Gotta suffocate that fucking fire. It's just watch the life of it go out.
Yeah.
God.
But
Where we at on time?
We are. Let's see. We took a minute.
we should still be pretty fine, I think.
So it's
Yeah.
at like 43, but I think we started at like minute 10. Something
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that. So
Okay.
35 minutes in, something like that.
Hell yeah.
Taking out trash.
Yep.
Trash is a
Beer
whole other
bottles,
thing,
number
especially for
10
you
cans.
guys. Actually for everybody, but like bartenders get it back because like they're dropping bottles, all this stuff in the trash all night. There's nothing but broken glass there all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So like I've seen it where it's like you guys are out there slinging that stuff, and next thing you know, like the corner of the bag catches you, and it's like slice across like the bicep or the forearms.
calf.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yep.
calf. That's
That's
a
what
big
I've
thing
seen.
where it like hits
I think all
you.
my scars are gone from those, but because they're never too deep, but they're just like, it's trash
Trash.
glass.
Yeah.
Trash glass.
That's been saying
Yeah.
they're gathering bacteria for the past 7 hours. I do not need that in my skin. Oh,
I was taking trash out, and it's an outside dump, so it has like the two lifts on the top that keep water from getting in, but allows the truck to pick it up, dump it. What was I doing? I had to the can was full, like the dumpster was full, so I had to kind of shimmy and climb up the side, lift it, and throw it in. As like I didn't put it up far enough, so as I've kind of like pushed it, and I figure I've push the lid up hard enough, it's gonna just fly backwards and stay open.
Mm-hmm.
So I can reach back down, get it. I get the bag halfway in, the thing comes down, slams me in the head. And so I'm like half in the dumpster, half out. Legs are like flailing. That's awesome. My face is like right in front. I'm trying to like,
Please don't let me fall in this trash tonight.
please don't let me be this.
I just imagine it because it looks like Audrey 2 eating Seymour. It's just like, feed me, Seymour, feed me.
Feed me this, bartender. The blood of your innocence, it fuels me.
That's so great. But those kind of like, trash is even like for cooks and stuff like that. Like we still get a lot of like, broken shit back there. We usually have access to like glass bins and things like that because it's like anything broken we can sweep up and then put it into a bin underneath the dish pit or something.
You're typically supposed to have like a separate bucket or container that all glass goes into. Not every place does that, but especially if it's already broken, sweep it up, pick it up, put it separately.
Yes.
I feel like bars are like hard to do that though with. Like how many bars like cuz like you've been doing this for a while. Like how many bars have you worked in where they've actually had like a dedicated like glass bin or glass?
Most places have worked. Full solid bottles aren't broken, go in the trash. Some places do glass recycling, but the majority, at least the ones I've worked in, most of them didn't. But if there is specifically broken glass, there's usually a separate bucket or something you throw it into. Because most of the stuff, as it piles on top of each other, won't break. It definitely happens. You go to like throw a bottle in, it hits another bottle, it breaks. But typically, you make sure that broken glass is away.
Yeah. Like, cause I was trying my best to figure out how to make it work, like over at your place, ship, and I was like, I could never figure it out. I was like, there's nowhere to put this shit. There's no way to do that kind of stuff.
Double bag it, that helps out too.
Yeah.
When you take out the trash, you just leave the bag in the bin, take the bin out, lift the whole bin up, dump it in.
That works.
Don't
too.
even pick out the bag.
Yeah, don't take the bag out either.
No. That usually works for us, just because the fact is like I don't want to happen is like I get out there and the bag tears. Next thing you know, I'm like just like staring at a giant mess next to the dumpster. I'm like, I don't want to clean that.
Nope.
I don't want to clean.
Take that whole fucking bin out there. But don't drag it, though, because that's how you get holes in those stupid bins.
Yeah.
You see the dumbass kids dragging that plastic across the concrete.
Like, come on, dude.
Weighs 40, 50 pounds. It's just filing it down. Like, pick the damn thing up.
Yep. A few weeks later, you're dragging it out, and you got this line of trash juice on the floor.
Yep.
Oh, no.
I hated it. I hate that shit.
Breaking glass and getting it in the ice well by accident.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Busy service. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
fucked.
that whole ice well needs to get burned, and
Yep.
you are fucked.
Grab that grenadine, make a big X on that ice, and this is no go.
Do not get any ice out of here, and please do not put your hands in it.
Oh, yeah. Fucking scary stuff. You can't see it. You just can't see the glass until the ice is gone.
Yeah, you gotta melt it.
Or cleaning out
dumping
sinks and
hot
stuff
water
like
in
that too, because it's like honestly, like
Yes.
sometimes like sinks and stuff like that, those get used. Sometimes broken glass gets put into those, or glass breaks in a sink.
Yeah.
You don't know if it's a difference, especially
clean
for
it out,
closing
you
at
gotta
night.
put your finger
put
down
ice in
there.
there. It's like I love what you guys did. You just like grab a pitcher of hot water, pour that in there. Anything left over, that's glass, motherfucker.
Yep.
That's no good. Yeah.
Everything
Absolutely.
left over, that's glass.
You're going to learn.
I wonder how much glass are in those pipes. Like that's just crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, they all have that U-bend. So like once a month, I end up taking the PVC apart and clearing it out and putting it back together.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like straws and things will get in there. Like for whatever reason,
yeah.
the little mesh catch we bought,
Yeah.
they keep disappearing. So yeah, just straws and stuff and glass can get in there. So you make sure you clean it out. Because if you don't, same thing with the ice well. If you don't clean that ice well out, you're gonna go to get ice well at some point. It's just gonna be a puddle of water building up at the bottom.
Oh.
Gross.
Yeah.
Ew. So
Yeah.
burn your wells.
Burn your
Don't be
wells.
lazy. Burn your wells.
Don't be lazy, yes.
Mm.
Yeah, the second you do that and you find some like mold at the bottom, ooh, oh.
Yeah.
Dude, mold. Oh god.
No. That is no good.
That's no
When
good.
health comes in, you are closed for the day, my friend.
Right?
Ice is food. Don't forget that.
So what
It's
have we gone
considered
over?
food.
We've gone over burns, cuts, chemical burns,
Yeah.
Breaks, strains, pulls.
Like, yeah, there's a lot of injuries out there that you can get, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know what's like the weirdest injury we've ever like encountered. Like, that's what I kind of want to know. Like, what's like the weirdest thing you've ever seen happen in a restaurant or a bar? Because like that is like
The stupidest, craziest thing I ever saw was we were opening up new kitchen equipment, so we just got new lowboys and all that, and opening this brand new restaurant. Well, when you get a brand new lowboy, like the power cord is like zip tied to the back of it. Well, I handed this kid my pocket knife, and he goes to cut it open, and I don't even know how. He must have been like holding the thing like this, and just sliced his hand open. You know, I was like, you didn't even get it. Like, just go.
Just put it down.
Just dumb.
And none of this is referenced like a chef has a knife. He doesn't say sharp. He goes to turn. Someone else is walking toward him.
Oh, yeah.
Inadvertently stabbing somebody.
I've almost been taken out by that a couple of times. I remember working at a restaurant where there's this one guy who just did not get safety calls at all. So he never said about like sharp or anything like that. And I remember like I turned around, I was working garde manger. He was coming down the line, he was about to walk out the door behind me. And so I turn around and he's got the knife literally pointing straight out forward.
You're like, what?
And he doesn't say sharp, he doesn't say anything. And so I turn around and like it's like pointed right at my fucking gut. He almost stabbed the shit out of me. I stopped him in his tracks. I put my hands on both of his shoulders and I looked him dead in the eye and I was just like, if you ever do that to me again, I promise you I will stand behind you every shift with a knife pointed at your face. You will never turn around that again. Okay,
Yeah, you gotta learn.
Like you were gonna find out. Like that guy pissed me off because I was like, you just about gutted my ass.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
And like aside from just saying sharp, is etiquette to like hold your knife up or down?
Down.
As long
Like,
as it's
you
not
want-
pointing forward.
The thing is, like, if you
Hold
hold,
it like
up,
a gun.
that's
Oh,
not
yeah.
good.
It's still facing at you.
That's still
Yeah.
that's a good
You
way of
hold
like
it
doing
against
that.
your
Just-
leg just like a sidearm. or a
yeah,
gun.
you're
Should be
stiff
right
arming
here.
that shit straight
Yep,
down.
straight down, and walk with it with your leg. However your leg swings, that's how you swing with a knife. That's how you walk through a knife.
Oh, dude.
Because if anything is gonna happen, because even if you hold it down and out like this, and say you tripped and fell, especially if you were falling forward, you would automatically swing your arms backwards, or you would try to throw the knife down in front of you. Then you're gonna fall on that knife.
So it's like, yeah, safety calls is a whole thing, dude.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you've got to know when
Yeah.
to say stuff like that. You've got to know how to communicate in the kitchen.
Seen servers come out, they load a tray full of fresh food. They're going. At least in busy restaurants, we were always taught to yell hot food.
Mm-hmm.
So you hold the tray. If you can, hold it up,
I've
at least
seen
on your
that
shoulder.
happen, too.
Hot food coming through. Doesn't yell it. Someone's not paying attention. They bump into them. Tray goes forward. Every plate, every bit of food falling straight onto that person that they bumped into. And some of this is like just like fresh, like off the hot plate, just straight on to that server. Just
Oh, God, yeah.
plates are breaking on you, and they're like heavy fucking plates.
Yeah.
So you're just getting bombarded.
Damn, that would suck.
Yeah. I think one of the craziest things I ever witnessed, and is, it really was, it's not really like an injury. It might have been. I don't know. We never checked if he got a concussion or not, but it was probably one of the funnier ones. I was working at this Tex-Mex place, and like they had this low hanging thing. This is like after I left like Super Rica and everything like that, and I was like, and so they had this low hanging shelf, and we were loading stuff into it. Well, one day this guy's loading all the rice and all the dry storage stuff into these shelves. And he swings one of these 50-pound bags in, but smacks his head against the top of the shelf, knocks himself clean out, falls into the actual shelf. So he's like laying on top of these 50-pound bags. Nobody knows,
and
and
the fuck out.
And people are walking past him because you don't really see him. He's just like down here. And so people aren't even noticing him because like they just see the shelf.
It's like a New York side street.
So he just got like knocked the fuck out.
Oh,
He's
just
like
walk
sitting
over
in
with
this
dead
freaking
bodies.
thing. He comes out like 30 minutes later. We're like, where the fuck have you been? He was just like,
Y'all were mad at this fool.
we thought
Took a
he
nap,
was like,
you
it's
know.
like, dude, what? You can't just take a 30-minute fucking smoke break in the middle of all this kind of shit. And he's just like, you could see he was woozy. We were like, what the fuck's wrong? Started noticing you have a giant knot on your head. I'm like, what happened, man? So we realized it's like he knocked himself clean the fuck out.
Yeah.
Damn. Damn. I saw, well, I mean, that they knocked themselves out with chemicals again. bleaching the fucking walk-in. That's why I don't allow people to use like
Yeah, you don't
bleach
use
and hot
noxious
water.
chemicals in
bro.
those enclosed
You don't
areas.
think about that shit. You don't do that though, But I've seen it. Most of the time, people prop the door open. Well, this person did not prop the door open and told to go clean the walk-in with bleach and hot water like everybody else does. Walk in the walk-in, this motherfucker's passed out and shit like that, sleeping on the ground, mop bucket and fucking mop still in his hand. Had to take him out, fucking call the ambulance.
You gotta be careful with that shit.
We had our like cleaning crew was gone, and they sent a server to go clean the bathrooms, and he had no idea what he was doing. So he walks in, and there's just like someone had just pissed on the
server
floor,
not knowing what
or
to
something.
do.
Yeah. So his genius idea was to go to the chemical closet and just pour bleach. Like, oh, I'm just gonna clean this. Just pour bleach on urine.
Okay.
Leaves, walks right back in, and of course it's smoking. And he's created a toxic chlorine gas.
Chemistry lesson.
Don't pour bleach on ammonia. Makes toxic gas.
Oh wow, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't pour it on ammonia, but
And there's ammonia in urine.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
So
his dumbass. And he comes, he's like, I'm just getting a headache and it smells funky in there. And you're like, well, you poke your head in. What the fuck did you do?
Yeah.
Oh my
Because if you
God.
don't dilute it, like that shit will
Yeah.
literally turn into basically nerve gas. Like, it just turns into mustard gas.
Yeah, there was that one kid at our work not too long ago. Thank God he fucking quit, got fired, whatever. That was doing that. Was taking like different soaps and mixing them with like bleach and super source and things like
Was he
that.
just
Yes.
experimenting? Like, what are you talking about?
The more it adds,
I
the more
don't know.
clean it will be.
He was like 16, 17 years old, dishwasher. He just thought maybe if I start adding cleaning chemicals, the more cleaning, maybe the better it'll clean, I guess.
Just more.
I don't know.
These are all cleaning
Yeah,
stuff,
I
right? I
know.
can just put whatever I
I'm
want
putting
in here.
I need to
degreaser
sanitize
and bleach and
degrease.
sanitizer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be
That's what
really
he's
super
thinking.
clean.
Yeah, right? He was
Just
making it like it was a smoothie and shit. I'm going to add this and this and this.
This is like Head and Shoulders 2-in-1 shampoo
Yeah.
and conditioner.
Yeah,
this is
right.
awesome.
It's going to sanitize and bleach it. Like, how? They're going to think I'm so smart. Like, no, we're not. It's,
You're gonna kill everybody.
you're going to kill the whole kitchen. The sous chef at the time, like, literally yelled at him and was like, what the fuck are you doing? Go dump that shit out right now. Like, get that fucking shit out of this kitchen. Like, stop doing what you're doing. Thank God he caught it before he mixed anything else, because it was one chemical away from being a bomb, being a fucking mustard gas.
Dude, and you can do that with like almost anything. We had a French range once that somebody the pilot was out. Nobody knew the pilot was out though, so all the other pilots were lit and we were working. Thought the French range was on, but it was obviously it was not. And it's just filling with gas the entire time. And it's like what a French range is basically like, this miniature little flat top at the end of like your French range and all this kind of stuff. It just kind of sits on top, and it's a thick piece of freaking metal.
They're amazing, by the way.
Yeah, they are amazing. So maybe like 30 minutes, 45 minutes into the shift, you just hear this loud boom! Flames coming up out from underneath the freaking French range, and like the thick piece of metal that we were talking about flies up into the air and just like lands like sideways and like clink, 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 clink. Thank God. This could have ended in such bad
That's
injury.
straight cast iron.
Yeah, because that thing could have hit somebody or but it just flew straight up in the air.
And by
did
the
a
way,
little
they weigh
spin.
the inner ring, the first inner ring weighs at least a good 10, 15, 20 pounds from the ones that I've seen. You know what I'm saying? They may even weigh more than that. I might have been wrong on that, but let's look that up. How much does the center circle on a French weight range usually weigh?
But yeah, that was like one of those moments where it was just like, dude, just not paying attention if your pilot light is lit could end in you fucking
The inner
knocking
circle,
somebody out
though,
and
'cause
killing
that's like the whole thing. They're
It's
probably gonna get
intense.
that.
You're working with a cast iron. You don't think about it. You go to just grab it with your bare hand.
Well, that's what we were talking about earlier. It's like
Insert, yeah,
that's usually a
insert's a
newbie
good
move
word to
because
use.
it's like eventually after a couple of years, after even a few months, you learn. Everything in the kitchen, treat it as if it's hot. Don't touch anything without a towel.
Yeah.
Don't touch anything without a towel.
And if you've seen the menu, no, not all the chefs in the world don't have these like calloused working hands where they can just grab it,
Yeah.
serve it.
I mean, you do get there. I remember getting yelled
might
at
be
once because
called
I
a
didn't
luncheon.
actually have that ability
That
yet.
the whole thing is.
And I got yelled at once because they were like, "Don't be a pussy." Because I'm like, I pulled something out of the oven, and it's supposed to get finished in the salamander,
Yeah.
so we can actually brown like the top of the egg. And so I was like, I went to go grab it. I couldn't get a good reach on it with my towel or anything.
No, that's
And they
not
were like,
the right
they just
one.
like, "Stop being a pussy!" Shoved me out of the way, grabbed the motherfucker, and just shoved it into the fucking into
Wow.
the salamander. And I was just like, so yeah.
That's not
Once
the
you get to
right
a certain
stove.
level, you kind
That's
of
not the
you're
stove
expected to do that kind of
he's
stuff.
talking about.
There are
Oh,
some things
well,
you can grab and you kind of deal with, like
look at
I
other
can kinda
images.
grab a blue
Look
pan.
up French drain images.
You just
and I'll
kind of
show you the
know
one that I'm talking
based on how
about.
hot like the oven is, whatever it's sitting in. Like, I can deal with that.
yeah, you kind of you.
I'm gonna hold it for like 5 seconds and let go. I'm good.
yeah. Usually there's like a 5-second rule with like how long you can touch stuff.
Oh man,
Yes, that thing right there. You see that? So click on that picture.
it's called the eye, right?
Yeah, that center circle. You see that where that little hole is? That you have to have this like special little tool you put in there and you lift that up. That's shipping weight of the whole thing of an interior of interior.
But,
Oh.
but
Anyways, I think it's pretty
Sorry.
fucking heavy. I know that.
no, they are.
The reason I got fucking carpal tunnel. So for it to blow off, that's what I was like. I want to know how much that weighs because that thing that is heavy.
Well, there was
built
enough
up
gas
that much
that it
gas,
caused a
yeah.
miniature explosion, but it was also heavy enough to
Yeah.
actually contain the
Did you guys
explosion.
bust any of the pipes or anything?
We definitely damaged a couple of the eyes
The
next to
gas
it
pipes and all of that. Hell
because
yeah.
it was just like because it burst, and then it basically is just like shot all that
Yeah.
kinetic energy to the left side because the right side is like there was basically nothing there. So it was just like down the line, and so like you just watched everything go boom, and there's like this ripple effect of.
Damn.
It was
That's wild.
powerful. It was crazy.
I know, it's pretty cool to see.
It was cool to see.
I remember
but
the first time, like, Chef showed me how to throw sugar on a fucking French fry, that little stovetop with the
Yeah.
sugar. Make that shit smoke. It's dope. It's like a magic trick.
But it was a lot of fun. It was fun, but it could have definitely fucking killed somebody.
Oh, yeah.
That was like, we just blew up our kitchen.
Yeah.
Literally, we blew up our kitchen.
Damn.
Did the sprinklers go off like the fire suppression
It was-
system?
there was no Ansel system set off, thank God, because the flames didn't get that high. It was just because it was like an instant, like it just ignited the gas, and then
Oh,
once
yeah,
the gas
okay.
was gone, it
Yeah,
was done.
it burns up pretty
But
fast.
it was an explosion enough that it was just like it had enough force to lift the fucking thing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it was like, holy fuck,
That's
that
fucking
could have
crazy.
killed somebody.
It's crazy
Yeah.
how that's the optimal
Yeah.
scenario because if those fire systems go off, you're done for the day.
Oh, yeah.
You're done for 2 weeks.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's
Oh, yeah.
I've never had to actually deal with one. I've just heard stories.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're entire because it's not just water. It is
It's like
It
a
is.
foam and stuff. Yeah.
yeah.
It's
everything
meant
has to be clean. You got to move everything,
Yeah.
clean
Yeah.
it all. Everything has to be reset.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
It was actually another funny story from that same exact place. No, that from that. It was from that place actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a dumbass.
There was a moment where we had a wood fire grill that we had operating, but nobody ever cleaned the top shelves really, so they were always covered in like a little bit of grease, which is fire hazard.
Yeah. It catches fire too.
That stuff catches fire.
Yeah, it
And so
does.
one day Tristan like fed the fire enough and everything, but the fire got a little bit too big and it started reaching up into those shelves. And next thing you know, it's like, oh no, and like those started catching on fire. And you just see this fire, and like I loved it because like we watched the fucking security feed afterwards, and it was just you could see the panic on like his face. He was just like running around. He's like, oh god, what do I do? How do I put this out? He's like sitting here, just like screaming at everybody. And you just see this. You see this guy like sitting over there who's like working tortilla, and he's just like watching everything, just making the tortillas. He's just calmly just doing it. And he's just like. Eventually just gets fed up with everybody freaking out, grabs a sandy bucket and just like calmly walks over and just pours it on the fucking fire and goes back to work. Puts the fire out and just goes like, what the fuck are you freaking out about?
What the fuck? Pour some salt on it too. Salt
It's like,
would have been
do
the best.
something. And it was like,
Yeah.
but it was like, yeah, he just like walked away. It was at that point the fire was too big for salt. Like it was like
Oh,
there was
wow.
like 3 tiers of like the whole thing, and he just walks over the bucket and just goes,
Yeah.
and then just calmly goes back to like making tortillas.
Good on him.
I was like, dude, you are a boss.
Yeah. Not too long ago, our fryers at work do crazy as shit. Were you there that day, or you hear about it? You heard
I
about
heard
it?
about it.
Dude, that was wild, bro. I've never seen a fryer act that way ever in my life. But oh my God, all the girls were like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Some of the dudes were fucking freaking out too. What are we supposed to do? I was like, just turn it off. Go get me a fucking bucket and drain the oil out of the fryer. Like, remove it from the source of heat. Put it in a bucket. Put it in. It's like we were draining the fryer at the end of the night. You know what I'm saying? I tried putting the fryer back, the oil back into it. Like, I let the fryer oil and everything cool back down, but as soon as I put it in there, it was like you dumped a fucking basket full of ice on that motherfucker. That's how bad it was reacting, bro. I mean, it was pop, 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 pop. And in case anybody's you ever put, like, ice in a fryer? Not a good idea.
I never put ice in the fryer, but, like, that's what I was wondering. I was like, was there any water, like, from you guys cleaning it the night before left?
No. That's what we all thought too, but it should have dissipated. You know how that does happen? It'll go pop, 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 pop. No, this shit was going off like Mount Everest volcano eruption. You know what I'm saying? Like Pompeii and shit, dog. This shit, it wasn't stopping, dog. It was just like,
disaster.
What the fuck?
It's like one of the cooks has turned to ash.
I'm over yeah. Right, I'm over on my station and shit, and that's when the fucking line starts freaking out, and then Cammy sees it, and other motherfuckers see it, and they're like, oh my fucking God. And Steven's trying to get to it to turn off, but every time he reaches for that fucking knob,
just dripping on it.
Pops his ass, you know what I'm saying? And then he's like, fuck that shit. Every time I go for it, it pops me. And so I just was like, fuck it. Reached down there, turned it off. It's gonna pop me. I know it was, you know what I'm saying? But got that fucking flame off initially, because that's the other craziest fucking thing. Like the fryer itself, the flame was just on full blast. Like the temperature didn't, you know, fryers will shut off once it gets to a temperature. No, this motherfucker was like, fuck you. And it was just like, it wouldn't stop heating this oil up.
It could be a problem with the gas
That's
line
what I
or
was
the
thinking
thermostat.
too. That's what I started thinking, but then I drained the oil, like I said, you know what I'm saying? Let the oil cool down, let the fryer cool down. But that's our gluten-free fryer, because we have to have a fucking gluten-free fryer nowadays. Jesus. That's a whole nother fucking rant if we had to go on that one. How do chefs feel about gluten-free and gluten, sons of bitches? God damn, that trend took over way harder than I thought. And
I got a mix.
It's like peanut allergies to me. I think somebody started it, or MSG. Somebody just starts these things. You know what I'm saying? Like,
peanut allergies have been around for way too long. No.
Yeah, but it's more now. I mean, of course, celiac's been around for years too. You know what I'm saying? Like, actual gluten free is an actual thing.
Yeah, you can trace back when the whole.
I'm not saying those people. I'm not
around.
saying that. I'm just saying that, like, there's more peanut allergies now because.
Okay, we're getting off topic.
Yeah, we're getting off topic. Anyway.
Well, so I think we're about there. We've been going for about an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right about, but I think we've got some topics we can jump back into.
Dude.
Oh man.
These things are just crazy to me because all these different injuries and all the different dangers in the kitchen, and sometimes I just don't think people understand like how dangerous this stuff can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's just like you are covered in scars for the rest of your life sometimes because of this shit.
Yeah. Several hundred years of culinary advancement, safety, the technology.
Yeah.
It's still
human error.
It's still dangerous, man.
Human
Yeah,
error.
that's what it is. It's human error.
Human error, man. We're not
Still
robots.
fire and hot things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best part, though.
And that's the fun part too.
It is.
I love
It's
the sizzle.
the part
I
of
love
having the scars, or somebody seen in a burn mark. Like, ooh, that's a bad burn mark. Yeah, thanks, got it in fucking 68 on that Applebee's.
Yeah, like, I love it. Yeah, when somebody notices something on my arm or something like that, I'm just like, they're like, ooh, what? Oh, are you okay? And I'm like, oh, no, that?
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Let me tell you a story.
Let me tell you what happened. I'm glad you brought this up.
I put this thing into a wood fire oven, and that shit fucking bounced around like a freaking ping pong ball at a goddamn like rush machine. It was great.
Yeah, I remember throwing wood in a fucking wood fire oven for the first time. You know what I'm saying? You got to try to get it in there and throw it up at the thing.
Oh, but if you don't
burn
do it right,
the top of your fucking thing, and there's just hot soot up there. You know what I'm saying? So your natural reaction is to try to wipe it off, and then all you do is wipe off hot soot and smear it.
I remember working with the oven that we were used to work with, and I used to, like, honestly, in the back of my head, I still call it Babe Ruth, because that thing spat like a fucking, like, you know, like an old baseball player just spitting fucking old, like, tobacco. Because it's like, you'd be sitting there, and all of a sudden, you're just like the freaking piece of wood comes flying past your face. And it's just like, it's throwing the firewood back at me.
The fucking oven just fighting me. Like, what's up, bro?
Angered the oven.
Yeah.
So injuries
Those
can get
ovens
intense.
got hot enough.
Injuries get pretty freaking intense, man. So be careful. Use your safety calls because that's what they're there for, everybody. But other than that, just still.
But accidents happen. I mean, that's why they call them accidents.
But don't be a bitch, and that's the point.
Yeah.
Don't be a bitch.
You'll get more respect if you're not a bitch.
Favorite thing I ever had somebody that I trained once tell me I was like, I didn't even train him to say this. He said this himself. He was like, you know what? I'm starting to finally understand what it means to have kitchen hands and what it means to actually like do this. It's not that it doesn't hurt. It's that I'm not a bitch.
Yeah.
And I was just like, dude, I'm going to cry. I'm so proud of you. I'm like, because sometimes it's like, you just got to deal with the pain.
Yeah.
And so
That's
you
it,
gotta
man. Yeah, no
work
one
through it.
likes to hear people complain.
No.
It doesn't help
No.
anything.
No.
It doesn't.
And if
It
you need
doesn't.
help, we're gonna help you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if
Chef's
it's
gonna
like-
tell you get out of here, go to the hospital. Because the people above you have been through it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, we know what's serious and what's not serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, chef comes
Yeah.
over, puts salt in your hand. It's like you're gonna be okay. Keep going.
Keep
Yeah.
going. Yeah. All right,
And I
chef.
was okay.
Yeah.
You need to
Everything
sit
was
down and
fine.
just
Yeah.
my hand.
All right. You have kids like that too.
You do have the
Yeah.
bitches sometimes. And
I
that's-
had this
You
one
learn. And it's part of the
Asperger's
progression.
kid
I'm not
that
not
fucking
shitting
like
on 'em.
read the safety manual so much, and he knew every single detail about the safety manual. Right? He took the milk challenge. Does anybody know what the milk challenge is? Drink a gallon of milk in an hour.
I
Can't
thought
be
it was
done.
pouring a gallon of milk down your pants because your chemical burns your dick.
No, that's a fun Tuesday night.
A gallon of milk in an hour?
It's you want to bet? I'll bet you $100 says you can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm not trying that.
I don't think you're
Okay.
physically able to do that.
You're not.
Nope.
I've
You're
known
not
dudes that
physically-
did like the gallon of milk a day.
No, that's a day in 1 hour. You have 1 hour.
hour.
I'll set an alarm. I will set a timer. A minute you go, you can drink it as fast as slow as you want, however you want to drink it.
All right,
Well-
next episode, I'm going to do the milk challenge.
Oh man, have the
Oh.
vomit.
No,
bucket.
you gotta
We
wait.
will-
You
we
gotta
will-
wait till we get video going.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
if
If you're
video.
gonna, if
That's
you're gonna
fair.
put yourself through pain
No,
for the
yeah.
entertainment of the masses,
Could
Yeah.
that just be like the first video that we have
Yes.
then? It's just
Yes,
like,
that
I'll
is.
do that. I'll
we
do
can
that.
do that. Hey, we gotta trend on that algorithm.
Yeah.
Pain, people love suffering.
Yeah, I think the milk
And
challenge
that's
is
what we
kind
do
of
for a
gone away.
living.
I know it was like a rite of passage as I was coming up. Everybody would get you with the milk challenge. I've tried it because I was fucking 16 years old and I was like, I can do that. I drink milk my whole life because milk does a body good. They said that was
man.
a lie.
It's like Ron Burgundy. It's just,
But anyways,
milk
this-
was a bad choice.
This kid took the milk challenge and then vomited, and it was like, I gotta go home. The handbook says if I vomit, I have to go home. I was like, yeah, that's if you're sick, not if you do this. You're perfectly fine.
You're just stupid.
Yeah, you're just stupid. You try to drink all that milk, it curdled in your stomach. It was too much. Your body rejects it, and you vomit. Go wash your mouth out with some water and get back on the line and shut up. The handbook. I said, I swear to God, if you don't get back on that line, just quit this job. Then this job's not for you.
Yeah,
He ended up quitting and going back to work for Five Guys.
that's fine.
Yeah,
Because he chose to
Yeah.
chug a gallon of milk and
Yeah.
throw up.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
And I was like, I have no sympathy for you at all, like zero. Like when I did that challenge, I went back to work and got hazed all night long for it. You know what I'm saying? People walking by and be like, hey Sean, you want some milk? It's chocolate. Or you want a milkshake or fucking all this stupid shit? You know what I'm saying?
God.
Just putting glasses of milk in my station all night long. And after you vomit milk, you really don't even want to see milk for the longest time.
yeah.
I'm like, nah.
I know.
I'm done.
I know we're at time, but like, okay, that just reminds me of one more story of like the dumbest challenge I did when I was at work. Because we used to, we've all seen Hot Ones, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you know Da Bomb.
The bomb.
Da Bomb
Oh,
is a
yes,
hot sauce
yes.
that is like it's like at the end of his like
Yes.
so it's like one of the higher Scoville counts and all this kind of
Yes.
stuff. Somebody challenged me to eat a spoonful of it. No milk, no nothing like that. Just a spoonful of just the straight sauce. Not a wing, not just biting and eating a wing like where it's coated.
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
to eat like a full like freaking ounce and a half of it.
Oh.
So I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. I'll do it. I was like, you're gonna give me $20? I'll fucking do it.
You're a brave man.
$20 is $20.
$20 is $20. I'll fucking do it.
I know. I got
So I
another
fucking
one too.
I took the damn thing, right? And I'm sitting there. I'm like, I'm fucking getting through prep. I'm like, I'm only gotta make 15 minutes. I'm only gotta make 15 minutes. I'm sitting on the line. I'm prepping fucking celery. I'm prepping all this kind of stuff from Garmo, and I'm just like, let's go. I'm sweating. I could feel my mouth is on fire. I'm dancing around. I'm like, oh god, it hurts so bad. And I'm just like, let's go. 15 minutes finally occurs, right? So I go in the back, and I'm like, it's been 15 minutes. Start chugging the fucking milk, right? I start chugging the milk. Does jack shit to fucking Da Bomb. I'm not gonna
Doesn't
lie to
even
you.
put a dent in it.
To the point where I was
Wasn't
like,
even soothing.
I was back on the line. I was still trying. I was like, I don't feel good, so I'm just gonna go to the bathroom, and I thought I was just gonna throw up. Right? I can't even throw up. It feels like I have an ulcer that burst inside my stomach. Like it just instantly gave me an ulcer and it just burst.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like on fire, and I'm like, so I'm like literally in the fetal position in the bathroom on the floor next to a toilet in the handicap stall.
I don't like it,
dude. Because that's all I can.
Oh my god.
And so I'm trying to, and then at this point I'm like, I need help. I need somebody to come give me something.
I need help.
And so I try to pull my phone out, and I'm
going
sweating
to
so much. I'm sweating.
Cool.
I'm sweating.
Can I die from chili paste?
Can I do it?
Just can I?
Am I going to die?
I just want to. I'm trying to call a coworker to come give me something. I'm sweating so much I can't unlock my phone. It doesn't. The touch screen doesn't respond to my hand because it's like basically just this slippery thing. Every time I hit one button, it thinks I'm hitting 3, and I'm like, no, oh no, I can't move. I can't use my phone. I can't call for help. I'm so screwed. And finally, thank God, one of the servers walks into the bathroom and just sees me like crying and sweating. Like I'm so sweaty that like my chef coat is like actually wet, and like he sees me on the floor and he goes like, are you okay? And I'm like, the first reaction is to look at him like, what makes you think I'm okay?
I'm on the floor.
So the first thing I was like, vinegar and milk mixed right now. And I'm like, I literally told him that. I was just like, I know that this is gonna fucking work. And so he comes back in, worst concoction in the fucking world. Vinegar and it was like just white distilled vinegar and milk. And I just chugged
That's
it.
buttermilk.
Worst taste in my I've ever had. But the moment it coated my fucking mouth and it got down to my stomach, it was like instant fucking relief.
Yeah.
It was like if my stomach could orgasm, that's what it felt right then.
Wow.
I'll never do it something that stupid again. But you know what? Still went back on the line.
Finish it up.
And I fucking finished, and I fucking went to work, and I finished my shift, sitting there just the entire time, just still sweating. Like, I was still sweating after that whole ordeal, but I was like, I'll never forget that. Like, I can't believe that fucking happened. Why did I do that?
A quart of marinara for a John Madden game. A football game. I vomited that up, too. That cold marinara, too. A quart of it. Like a whole deli quart of it. I was like, that'll be easy. I can drink a whole quart of cold
I'm
marinara.
Italian. I can do it.
Right? I was like, what? Red sauce? Like, say less. Like, I got this. No, I did not. I made it almost to the end, you know what I'm saying? And vomited that shit up. Homeboy still gave me the John Madden game, though. I got the new John. It was like an 09. It was way before that. It was 04, 03 back then.
That's what something can get you. I mean, shit, after I finished my whole ordeal, the fucking GM came out and was just like, here's another 20 just because that I feel. So I ended up walking out with $40 instead of 20.
And a beer. Like,
Good
buy
guy,
me a
good
beer,
guy.
too.
Oh, no, I didn't need to get beer from him. He always, his Christmas gift every year was a jar of his moonshine. He always made he made his own whiskeys and stuff like that. So it was really
Nice. Hell yeah.
cool. All right, I think we're at time, aren't we? We need to
Yes,
wrap
yes,
let's wrap this up.
Yep.
I
Let's
hope
wrap it
our
up.
pain brings you pleasure.
Right? Or at least some stories. And if you got some stories, you can start emailing us soon.
We're gonna get that set up. We're gonna let you know on the next podcast. Shoot. We're not
Always
gonna-
love to hear
We're
a
not
good
gonna start
story.
getting them for a while, so I might have to do like social media post or something.
So, yeah, we'll do that.
Get that up there. But
We-
yeah.
Well, we will get to you when we get to you, people, because we love
Yep.
you. And we want to hear more of your stories. We want to hear some stuff like that. So that way it's like we can start, introducing some of you
Yeah.
and some of your stories. We want to hear.
Heard. Yeah. Got some
Absolutely.
few guests. I got a few guests that I want to bring on the show. They have some great like first day of culinary school stories,
Ooh.
Like
Wow.
yeah. That was a good one. Then this one's a good one. We'll save it though. We'll save it.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there. We got a lot to talk about. I got like Zach was saying in the beginning, I got 25, 28 years in this industry of stories. So I literally have 28 years of stories. Zach has 15 to 20 years of stories. Curtis has 10. Jonty has 3 or 4 now. He's
5.
getting 5 years under his belt. Okay, first 5 years. All right. That's when the stories start getting like building. Just give it enough time. you'll start fucking having too many stories to tell. Zach telling his stories and reminding me of me drinking a quart of marinara when I was 17 years old, you know, but like, I can do that. Challenge accepted. Where do you think that shit came from?
Dude, I'm going to fucking do the milk challenge. I'm going
All right.
It's physically impossible, but I'm going to do it on video.
All right, we have to have all the proper things. All right, good night, salutations.
Night,
I'm
y'all.
off the mic.
Love
I'm going for a smoke break.
yous.
Love, send it, y'all.
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed this episode.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
I'm really happy to be doing this for y'all. By the way, if you got any questions, you got any stories of your own, if you've got any, R&R stories, if you guys have anything you want to ask, if you guys have anything you guys want to add, you can hit us up at Herd Chef. That's HEARD Chef at eatingwhilestanding.com. Thank you guys.